years, and it was very successful. They plan to continue these get-togethers for the remainder of this year and possibly make it a regularly scheduled thing for next year. And lastly, it appears that there was some sixth grade drama that's been building throughout the school year, and not the good kind that we see in our school plays, so the kind that required a little bit of proactive steps to address it before it became a distraction for the park testing and some other school activities. So once again, Ms. Slota, along with Mr. DeCourt, were able to bring back the Finding Kind program that was shown to the sixth grade girls. This is a program geared toward the elimination of teenage female bullying, and it was something that we previously had paid $500 for, but it seems this time around we were able to get the program for free, so that was good. And not to leave the boys out, in order to address issues of cyberbullying, the boys watched a similar documentary called Submit, and then a post-viewing discussion was conducted by Mr. Chell, but he gladly reported that the students really led the discussion, so it was very productive. So that's what I had for the middle school meeting.
Great.
Ready for high school APT? That was
Absolutely.
fresh from
I'm
last
so
night.
glad that somebody's
Okay.
prepared for these meetings. I would never have those kind of notes.
Nice.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're not supposed to
Just
admit that in
telling you.
public.
All right, you're throwing me off here.
You're doing a great job.
Okay. May 5th,
Move it
Cedar
along.
Grove High School Film Festival, 7 to 9 p.m. in the auditorium. I think this is our first film festival that we're doing. Is this a first?
To my knowledge, yes.
Excellent. So they're going to be showing films from the Garden State Film Festival, as well as 2 or 3 films that were produced by the high school film club. So they're showing some of their own stuff, so that should be good. Spring break recess begins this Friday, the 14th, with a celebration of Good Friday, and the students return on Monday, the 24th, and park math testing will resume on Tuesday, the 25th. There's going to be an assembly for juniors and seniors on drinking and driving on Wednesday, May 26th. A very important topic that's being strategically scheduled 1 week before prom night. According to Mr. Mangili, there's going to be a very compelling speaker with subject matter expertise, so we look forward to that. Hopefully that'll help out. On April 27th, the sports management program leader, Mr. Cardinal, is hosting the Orange Invitational Volleyball Tournament in the Cedar Grove Gymnasium. That's orange due to the fact that our sports management program is affiliated with Syracuse University, so I guess they went with the theme of orange there. The admission will be $5 for kids and $7 for adults. And I understand that there's also going to be a teacher, admin, staff team competing as well, so good luck to all. The committee reports, they had APT Scholarship Committee reported 10 scholarships in progress right now. The Beautification Committee said that the All-School Council has pledged $500 towards lettering for the gymnasium. So we're going to be getting lettering to describe entry and exit ways, like such as auditorium, gymnasium, and so on. And additionally, apparently the old Panther logo is coming down. It's being removed. So out with the old Panther, and looking forward to a new
A
one.
revised Panther?
A revised Panther.
Panther 2.0?
Project graduation, we're up to 70 students participating. Final payments for the 4th, 8th, and 12th grade students is due this month. And final payments for lawn signs are due on the 15th of April, which is this Saturday. Music Matters, April 26th, they're having a ladies' night. The students will be performing in the black box next to the auditorium at the high school. April 29th, there's going to be a clothing drive, 9 to 1 p.m., happening in the hallway on the side of the auditorium. And also, she reported that the scholarships are available, music scholarships are available even for those students that aren't going to be majoring in music, but if they've made music a significant part of their academic career, they're looking to make some scholarships available even to those students. So that was positive. They're looking at creating a scholarship for music camp, summer music camp, dedicated in memory to Music Matters founder Kathy Raccanello. So some good stuff happening in the Music Matters world. And that is it. Did I set any world records for speaking time?
Maybe.
Okay.
All right.
Well
Any
done.
other- Thank you. Any other committee meetings?
No, ma'am.
Reports. Moving on. We do not have any board presentations this evening, so we will move on from there as well. From the Office of the Business Administrator and Board Secretary, can I have a motion for B1 through B3?
So moved.
Second,
No, not yet. B1 is a motion to approve the public and executive minutes of March 28th. B2 is a motion to approve the budgetary transfers for the month of March 2017. And B3 is a motion to approve the board secretary's certification to the Cedar Grove Board of Education pursuant to the code that no line item account has encumbrances and expenditures which, in total, exceed the line item appropriation in violation of the code, and further pursuant to the code, no major account or fund has been overexpended in violation of the code. Any discussion?
No, ma'am.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Pervulovich.
I abstain from B1, yes to B2 and B3.
Mr. Valero.
Aye.
Mrs. Dai.
Yes. Under business, can I have a motion for B4 through B8?
So moved.
Second.
B4 is a motion to accept the generous donation of $500 from Girl Scout Troop 22925 to be used by South End School to replace items lost due to the construction. B5 is a motion to approve ML Inc.'s payment application number 12 in the amount listed therein for work done at Cedar Grove High School. B6 is a motion to approve the annual membership in the NJSIAA at a cost of $2,150. B7 is a motion to approve the subscription busing contract with the parents for the student listed therein in the amount listed therein for the 2016-17 remainder of the school year. And B8 is a motion to accept the generous donation of $150 from Girl Scout Troop 22925 to be used by Memorial Middle School to purchase supplies for Panther Square Courtyard. Any discussion?
No, ma'am.
Just want to say thank you to Girl Scout Troop 22925. They are done, and so they were looking to donate some funds, and we appreciate the fact that they have given it back to our schools. It's very nice of them. Roll call, please.
Mr. Pervulovich.
Yes.
Mr. Valero.
Aye.
Mrs. Dai.
Yes. Okay, from the Office of the Superintendent, Schools, under Personnel, can I have a motion for S1 through S12?
So moved.
Second.
S1 is a motion to affirm the superintendent's report on harassment, intimidation, and bullying from April 11th, 2017, that's today. S2 is a motion to approve the collective bargaining agreements between the Cedar Grove Board of Education and the Cedar Grove Education Association's Teacher Unit, Secretarial Unit, and Paraprofessional Unit for the 2017-18, 18-19, and 19-20 school years. S3 is a motion to approve Danielle McLaughlin, North End Resource Teacher, to receive a mentoring fee reimbursement. S4 is a motion to approve the extension of employment for Joan Ohm, High School Maternity Leave Replacement, Math and Science Supervisor, for the dates listed therein, at the rate listed there. S5 is a motion to rescind Kelly Batista lunch duty stipend. S6 is a motion to approve Tanya Liddy and Diane Palmieri, beginning April 24th, lunch duty stipend, at the rate listed therein. S7 is a motion to approve Caitlin Riley as a volunteer JV softball coach for the spring 17 season. S8 is a motion to approve Nick Francosa. Sorry, that's the Irish in me. Assistant IT employee at the rate listed therein. S9 is a motion to approve, perfect timing, on second reading, the overnight trip for the Globetrotters Travel Club to Nicaragua and Costa Rica during spring break. S10 is a motion to approve the following staff for home instruction for the remainder of this school year. S11 is a motion to authorize attendance at the following events. S12 is a motion to approve the following students for classroom observation, and that's it. Any discussion?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I just wanted to say for S2, for the collective bargaining agreement, Mr. Featherman and I were speaking about it, and we really don't recall in recent memory where we've actually been approving a new contract prior to the current one expiring. And it just kind of shows what a strong relationship the Board of Ed and the CGA have. And it's great that both groups are on the same page with moving the district forward and getting things done in such a timely manner. And it really kind of shows our commitment and appreciation to our teachers, secretaries, and paraprofessionals. So thank you to everybody who made that happen. We're very appreciative of that, and I think everybody kind of came out mostly happy, right? I think the fact that we're signing this early is a testament. So, and just as a note, I cannot vote on this just because my husband is a teacher, so that is the only reason I am abstaining, but I am in full support, obviously, of this. So, roll call, please.
Mr. Pervulovich.
Yes.
Mr. Valero.
Aye.
Mrs. Dai.
Yes to everything except for S2, in which I abstain, and S9. That's that. Moving on. Okay. Under policies and regulations, I think you need to read us some items, Mr. Featherman?
Yes, I do.
You said 2 minutes, right?
Thank you, Mrs. Dye. I think I can do it in 2 minutes.
Okay.
We had a policy committee meeting on April 5th.
We're not timing you or anything, but get going.
And go. Thank you, Mr. Valero and Mr. Mandela, for attending that policy committee meeting. It's important work, and we appreciate you helping us take care of that. Here are the summaries for each of those revised policy and regulation guides. Point 02, introduction, there's revision. The introduction bylaw that includes definitions for terms used in the policy and regulation manual has been revised in several areas. I will name just a couple of them. The name of the New Jersey Division of Family Services, otherwise known as DIFAS, has been changed to the New Jersey Department of Children and Families, Division of Child Protection and Permanency. One more example. The same revisions were made to change New Jersey Core Curriculum Content Standards, otherwise known as CCCS, or Common Core State Standards. They're now known as the New Jersey Student Learning Standards. Policy 2320, Independent Study Programs. This has been abolished. The need for this policy guide is no longer required, as Policy Guide 5460 specifically indicates that the high school graduation requirements may be met in whole or in part through individualized learning opportunities, including independent study programs. Policy 2415.06, Unsafe School Choice Option. School districts recently received a memorandum from the New Jersey Department of Education requiring revisions to the Unsafe School Choice Option policy per the new Elementary and Secondary Education Act, ESEA, of 1965, which, as you know, was reauthorized recently under the Every Student Succeeds Act of 2015. This policy guide has been revised to incorporate the revisions required by the DOE. The revisions are not significant, as this policy will only impact a few school districts that have an unsafe school as defined in the law. Cedar Grove, of course, does not. A recent NJDOE memorandum highlighted minor revisions to the required special ed model policies and procedures that incorporate amended requirements in the Special Ed Administrative Code. The policy and reg guides listed here have been revised as required in the memorandum. Districts are required to adopt these guides and submit an assurance statement to the county office by May 5th, and we will do so. Policy 2464, gifted and talented students. This policy guide has been updated to better align with language in administrative code. The policy guide revisions are minor. The corresponding regulation guide that outlines the identification and selection process and the program to be offered in a school district, grades K-12, has not been revised, as the DOE does not endorse a program or model. Districts, such as us, have local control over these issues. Therefore, the regulation should be unique to each. Most importantly, all school districts must have a board-approved G&T program. For students in grades K through 12, of course, we do. Policy 2622, student assessment. This policy guide has been updated in response to revisions in administrative code. This update is one of the first administrative code updates where the term core curriculum content standards has been replaced with, as I mentioned a moment ago, the New Jersey Student Learning Standards. The updates to this policy guide are significant, as the new code incorporates the end-of-course park assessment requirements, bless you, and provides details on assessments for ELL learners. God bless.
I'm done now, thank you.
You're taking this, you're
I
making
know.
it taking longer now.
Yeah, it's me. You know, you're up to 4 minutes.
This new code also indicates that students, quote, shall take all appropriate statewide assessments as scheduled. 3160, 4160, physical examination. These new policy and reg guides expressly state the required physical examination is a condition of employment. Continue the same physical examination requirements of the old code with the ability for the board to include additional assessments and provide expanded policy language should a board desire additional optional examinations. The revisions are the same in policy and reg guides 3160 for teaching staff and 4160 support staff. The regulation guides include specific requirements for physical examinations for candidates for employment who have received a conditional offer of employment, and the board should approve these requirements considering there are no specific requirements in the new code. So we're doing it here. Policy 5116, education of homeless children. School districts have recently been informed by the DOE the phrase, quote, awaiting foster care placement shall be deleted from the definition of homelessness in the federal McKinney-Vento Act effective December 10, 2016. This is contrary to recently adopted administrative code provided to schools in December of 16. Policy and Reg Guides 5116 have been revised to remove that phrase. 5460, high school graduation. New Jersey Administrative Code has been updated requiring revisions to this policy. The updated policy guide indicates the new administrative code language, which states, and I quote, achieve a passing score as determined by the commissioner on a corresponding substitute competency test in English language arts and/or mathematics, as applicable, or substitute a passing score on another end of course PARCC assessment, including ELA 9, ELA 11, geometry, or algebra 2, close quote. The implication is the commissioner will be determining and publishing the substitute competency tests and cutoff scores on a regular basis. Section C of this policy guide provides significant details regarding statewide assessment graduation requirements and alternate assessment to the end-of-course PARCC assessments. Lastly, in addition, this update incorporates the detailed requirements for early graduation from Policy Guide 5465, which, as you will see, is going to be abolished. Speaking of 5465 early graduation, Administrative Code requiring the issuance of a diploma to a student who meets the requirements as outlined in Policy Guide 5465 has been updated and incorporated into the aforementioned Policy Guide 5460. Therefore, Policy 5465 shall be abolished. Two more. Policy 7446, School Security Program. This is a new policy. Public Law 2016, Chapter 68, was recently adopted, and it enables municipalities to hire Class 3 special police officers who are authorized to exercise full powers and duties similar to those of permanent full-time police officers while providing security at a public or non-public school or county college. This new law requires a Class 3 officer to be recently retired, that is within 3 to 5 years, as a full-time police officer, less than 65 years of age, and separated from prior service in good standing. A Class 3 officer is authorized to carry a firearm while providing the security on school grounds. Lastly, 8350, records retention. This new guide does not list specific requirements for record retention, but rather incorporates by reference the record retention schedules published by the New Jersey Department of the Treasury Records Management Services. The schedules change often, and incorporating the schedules by reference will not require a board to revise the policy every time a schedule is revised. Thank you.
That was a long
2
2
minutes,
minutes.
Well, the sneezing must have added.
Yeah.
Just
that was it.
saying.
Yeah.
You know,
It added an additional 6 minutes apparently.
6 minutes apparently.
We have people that have to pack tonight. Let's go.
Exactly. Okay, the meeting is now open to the public for, whoops, wrong one, sorry. The meeting is open to the public for comments on item on, off the agenda.
Approve that one.
Oh,
You have to
really?
approve that first one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Gosh. All right, policies and regulations, can I have a motion for S13?
So moved.
Okay, S13 is a motion to approve the first reading of all of the policies that we just heard Mr. Featherman read. Any discussion?
In less than 2 minutes.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Pravulovich.
Yes.
Mr. Valero.
Aye.
Mrs. Dai.
Yes. Okay, now the meeting is open to the public for our comment on items on or off the agenda. And Mr. Cannella is gonna make a comment, all right.
We don't really have that much time, so
You have to pack, right?
2 minutes was.
How much do I get here? I
Not
just,
2 minutes.
Apparently not.
I just want to concur with what Mrs. Dye said. I've been in the district since 2000, and this is definitely the earliest we've got a contract. The last 3 times we were at the table, we were expired, and I think that's a testament to the work that both parties have done over the last couple of years since our last. We ended in a positive note the last time. Having conversations, getting out and interacting with each other, and I think that it really does make a huge difference. And I've been telling my members that. For the last couple of years. So the Cedar Grove Education Association is very thankful to the board. My understanding, we're going to have a signing next, hopefully by the 25th, we'll have the CBAs actually completed. I'll bring my team, and when the other 2 members are here, we'll sign all the documents, and the deal is closed, but just get some ink on paper. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I agree, we're definitely in a good place. All right.
Now, if people can just keep their promise of 2 minutes readings.
I end that portion of the meeting. Announcement of future meetings, April 25th, here, 7 PM executive, 8 PM regular, and then May 16th, here again, 7 PM, 8 PM regular. I wish everybody a great spring break.
Likewise.
And don't forget, the North End Tricky Tray is this Thursday at 6 PM.
See you there.
Somewhere, yep, I have a ticket. It's somewhere. And anything else?
Enjoy the spring break. Enjoy the
Absolutely.
Easter holidays.
Yes.
Enjoy, be safe.
Enjoy
and
all of that,
we'll see you next time around.
right? Enjoy your trip, Mr. Canella.
Make sure you pack.
Don't leave anybody behind, remember, that's the mantra, right? No kid left behind, right?
We take it literally.
Absolutely. All right, and I have a motion to end our meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Mr. Pervulovich.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Valero.
Aye.
Mrs. Dye.
Yes. All right, the meeting's over. Have a good evening, everyone.
Thanks, you as well.